Let's make some primitive grungy candles. You're going to start by using a star-shaped pool noodle. I got mine from Walmart. I'm also using brown apple barrel paint in the color dark chocolate. I just cut my noodle down to the size I wanted. I started by taking my brown paint and brushing it over the sides. You're going to want to do thin, even coats. The more thicker the paint is, the longer it takes to dry. And you're just going to do this all the way around and top and bottom. You do not want to use spray paint as it does not mix well and will eat the foam of your pool noodle. This should only take 1 or 2 coats at the most. You just want to do enough to where not much of your blue is showing underneath. Finishing up the sides, I decided to put this clip in high speed so you didn't have to watch me paint forever. As soon as I apply this last part here on the sides, I'm going to be moving on to the top and bottom. The top, I found it better if you just stamp the paint rather than trying to brush it on side to side. Remember, you don't want to use a bunch of paint and make it thick because it's going to soak into the top of your sponge and take longer to dry. Now that your paint's dry, you're going to start adding your Mod Podge and cinnamon to the sides. You want to put a pretty thick coat, but spread it as evenly as possible. Then start by dumping your cinnamon on top of that, and you're going to start doing a patting motion. You want to mix this in until it's like a chocolate whipped consistency. As soon as you get it mixed in, you'll be able to tell because it will go from a powder to more of a paste. And you'll just want to keep doing this until you get each side coated. You're moving on to the top now, and you're going to do it the same way you did your sides. There is a lot more holes on the top, so you'll want to be careful not to put too much Mod Podge in there as it will take a long time to dry. You also want to make sure you don't get it down in the big circle in the middle. This is where you're going to carve it out a little bit in later steps to put your tea light candle. Feel free to go back in with more cinnamon and Mod Podge until you get the coverage you're looking for. This is a set of 3 I've done. Once you're done with your layers of cinnamon and Mod Podge, you're going to want to let these dry for at least 24 hours before moving on to the next step. I'm moving on to my tea light candles. I'm going to do these the same way. I use painter's tape around the flame and then put Mod Podge and cinnamon and patted that in. You'll want to let these dry for a few hours before moving on. Once everything's dry, it's time to start putting it all together. You can embellish these any way you want. I used a piece of homespun and tied a knot around my candle. I'm going to cut off the ends so they're not too long, and then I found this metal star in my stash that I'm going to hot glue to the front. I only did the top of my tea light candle, as you're not going to see the sides and bottom of it once it's in anyway. Here's the finished product. Thank you for watching the video, and I hope you like this one. Please share and follow for more. I wanted to take a minute and give Lisa credit for making this original video. I love all of her ideas and can't wait to try more. Help me on my journey to 1,000 followers here at the Rusty Star. Please share the video.